Good afternoon, year three. I hope you're well and have managed to complete your assessments relating to your previous topic. That was your first piece of work. Now we're going to move on to your next topic, which is looking at light. Now we're going to think today about different aspects of light, but hopefully by the end of today's session, you'll have understood why we need light, how light travels, and you're going to comprehend, which means to understand what light sources are. Okay, just have a look at. We're trying to think about what we know already. This would be something we'd do talking if we were in our lesson together. So I just want you to have a think about the plants on the right and the mirrors on the left. The mirror, sorry, on the left. What do plants need to grow? Okay, and looking at that mirror on the left, what properties? So what's not skills exactly, but what features does a mirror have? Some of you spotting you need water. Well done to grow. We need other things though. Now, lots of plants need the sunlight. Now, for a mirror, we can see the same thing in it that's there, but it's the opposite way around. It's called a reflection. And we'll look at those over the next few weeks. Think about some language. The first piece of word, the word that we're thinking about is dark. Okay, so if I was thinking about the word dark, I would maybe draw a picture of it first. I'd draw a picture of a setting or an image that makes me think of darkness. I think of that means it is hard to see and there is no sun. Then I might think, oh, when it is dark, I feel scared. So I'd use that word in a sentence. I'd demonstrate how I'd use that word. I understand that word by using it in a sentence. Now, I can think. Dark isn't just about how light or dark it is. It sometimes talks about your mood, about how you feel. I might say that dark can mean when things are sad or a special type of humour. Some people say they've got a dark sense of humour, and it might mean they like to scare somebody as well as make them laugh. But I also know that darkness can sometimes relate to how people are feeling. And if we say somebody's in a dark mood, it can mean that they're unhappy or sad. I'm thinking then about out within my reading, I could say there are dark times ahead for this character. And the idea of that means that in the future, this character might have some negative events which are going to occur to them. So darkness sometimes is used like that. What I'd like you to do is to fill in one of these for the word light. Then we're going to get friends out. Now this is Timmy, and this is kind of like Timmy here. Now Timmy's lost his teddy. Timmy's lost his teddy and has looked in every room of the house apart from the attic. So he's got to go and find his teddy. And part of Timmy's adventure, we're going to link to our learning today. Now, here we are. Here's Timmy and looking for his teddy. I'm going to help Timmy out. So what we're going to need is a box, a pencil, and a teddy. Okay. And what we're going to do, make a hole in our box. Okay. So I'm just going to turn my camera slightly down. You can see my box at the moment hasn't got any holes in. And if a grown-up needs to help you, ask them to help you. You're going to use the pencil to force a hole in your box. So there were no holes before, now there's one hole. So you can see there's just one hole just there. Okay. You might want to wiggle your pencil around a little bit. Doesn't matter how big your box is, just matters it's not got any sides. Now if I look in, oh, I can't see anything. How about you? Have a look in yours, see what you can see. Nothing. I imagine you can see nothing. Now the reason for that, do you know why that is? Some of you might know it's because no light can get into the box. Darkness means the absence of light. When there's no light, it's dark. If I make some more holes, let's see what happens. Make 2 or 3 more holes. I've got my one hole there. I make 1, 2 more holes. So I've got 3 holes there, like on the picture here. Okay. See, at the moment, when I look, it's still the same. It's a little bit lighter maybe, but it's still really quite dark in that box. But I've now got 3 holes. So and it's interesting to understand why. I've made these holes, and there's lots of light. I've even got my light on my desk working there, but still not working. How odd! And the reason for this is your eyes need light to see. The holes are really small, so there's only a little bit of light going into the box, and that's not enough for my eyes to see inside what's going on in the box. Now, if I do add something else, I can see a little bit more, but not much more. You know why? I've added this extra light in, and you could try this if you've got a torch at home. That'd be great to do. Even if you could borrow mummy or daddy's phone and put the light from the phone in, then you look at the different points. I put my light source. I still can't see my friend in the box. The problem is the light's travelling in a straight line. The torch or the light source only lit up objects which are just beneath it, directly beneath it. So other things in the box I can't see. So if I was peering through a hole close to the torch, it might allow me to see a bit more. But because my hole's a little bit away from where the torch or the light source is, I can't see the things that are in the box. Now, I can't see anything at the moment because of the two things. Not much light, and the light that there is going in a straight line, so I can't see the rest of the box. Straight line, and no light would fall on the object, so I can't see them. So at the moment, I don't know where my teddy is. I'm in the box, but I can't see him. It doesn't work. Let me see. So the key thing to remember about light, darkness means when we haven't got light, it's opposite to light. You need light to see, and light travels in straight lines. When I've done this, my eyes are looking into the box and I can see a little spot of light where the lights come in, but I can't see, it doesn't flood light in like a light would on the ceiling. It doesn't allow me to see everything. Remember, if I can't see bad light, the light comes in a straight line, and therefore it only lets me see areas around the line. So it can let me see as long as I'm near the end of that line. Okay, and hopefully then I'd find my teddy in my attic. Let's see if Timmy did. Okay, so Timmy opened the attic door and closed it behind him. I don't know why. He was just very brave. Maybe he didn't want his kitten to get in. And he looked in his attic door. And I know Maggie will do this. So see what box you've got. And I hope nobody's going to get any scary, scary pieces of work. Mia, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but your muscles in your picture that you sent in, by the way, last week, fantastic. Fan Dabby Dozies. Thank you for that. Now let's see what teddies you've got. Now, inside your attic, Timmy's teddy's in there. And at the moment, we can't see Timmy's teddy. Now, it's because there's no light. Now, we could open the door. Timmy's now let some light in. But hang on a second. He still can't find his teddy. Now, part of that's because he's behind the door. But if he stands the other side of the door, I still think he might miss his teddy. And that's because the light's not getting in. Why is the light not getting in? Because it travels in a straight line and it's being blocked by the door and the wall, isn't it? So if I turn the light on, now the light gets everywhere in the room. Now I can find my little friend. So why could Timmy not see Teddy in the attic without the light? That's the question for you. I want you to think about that. Okay, that's a question for you at the end. Just think about. First of all, though, we're going to think about, rather than just having this light or the light on your ceiling or your torch, what other light sources are there? What other ways are there for us to see in the dark? What other ways are there as for to illuminate things where we couldn't see before? Now, some of these, so 4 of these, are not light sources. A bit tricky. So we've got a light bulb, a computer screen, a mirror, the moon, the stars, a frying pan, a light, lightning, candle, flowers, and the sun. Of those, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4 are not light sources. Pause the video for a second and see if you can spot which 4 do not produce light. I think I've got one. I've got one. I'm pretty sure a frying pan doesn't produce light. A frying pan produces lovely sausages for Mr. Spring to eat, but it does not produce light. So I need 3 more. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Waiting for here. People shouting out. Oh, can't hear you. Let's see. Did you get them? Frying pan and a mirror. They're both shiny, so it's not about sausages. Both of them are shiny, so they reflect light. So like our mirror at the beginning, the light goes into them and then comes back off them. Okay, they're not making their own light. Okay, it's going in and coming off. Okay, now the moon isn't something that makes light. We sometimes think it is because it's up in the sky and it's so bright. But the light the moon shows is the light reflecting from the sun. Okay, and flowers are just pretty. They smell lovely, but they don't make light on their own. Okay, they might lighten your mood. If you think about our word earlier where we looked at dark and how a darkened mood might be when we're feeling sad, we might lighten somebody's mood by making them happy by giving them a sausage sandwich or some flowers, but we wouldn't say that they are making light that's making us able to see in the dark. So, guys, today, thing like I said, you've got that assessment from last week. Now, Miss Ashford's going to have a look at those, so do have a go at them. And if you can, try and do it on your own. That bit, try and do it on your own because it's showing what you've learned. Okay. Now, then you've got that word light. Can you try and draw a picture in that first box to show what light means, and then try and complete those other 4 sections? What do you mean by light? What's your definition of it? Can you use it in a sentence? Is where else is light used? Is it just about the brightness of things, or is it about how heavy things are? And then can you think about it when we said about maybe flowers do something about your mood with light? Can you use it in another subject? Okay, guys, then we've got to think about we've got some pictures, different light sources. You might have some of these at home, and you might need to ask somebody to help you use some of them, like the lighters and the matches. Now, when you find these light sources, can you rank them from strongest light, so the one that's the super bright one, to the least strong, to the weakest source of light? Okay, and what I'd like you to do is predict and then go and check. Okay, so maybe see a way of measuring. Okay, you've got to be a bit of an investigator there. And then the second box, just above the blue rectangle, says, "How would you make this test fair?" So how are you going to make sure that it's not that you're because if I put my light source right next to my piece of paper and then I check for another light source when my piece of paper's further away, is that fair? Or have I changed one variable and then the distance, so 2 variables? Because to make it fair, I just need to change one variable. So what are you going to keep the same? Okay, so that's that. And then finally, guys, like we said, you need to cut those out and stick them in, and then you think about your predictions, and then you think about how you make it fair. Sorry, I forgot to put those arrows on. Then, guys, what I'd like you to do is have a look at me. And remember, we found Timmy, and here's my friend. We found Timmy in the box. Oh, sorry, in the attic. Timmy found his friend in the attic, should I say. Um, why could Timmy see his teddy? He might say something like this. Timmy could only see his teddy when it was light because you're not going to stop it because you're going to finish that sentence. Why could he see his teddy when it was light? Why did he need? How can you prove that? And now, with your cardboard box that you looked at earlier, can you finish this sentence and maybe write 2 or 3? When I looked into my cardboard box, could you see anything? How about when I added some extra holes? How about when I added some more holes? So could you maybe make some more holes, put a light source next to it, and then see? What can you see then? So can you tell me what you've done? Tell me what you found out, and it'd be great to see lots of perforated boxes where you've poked holes in. If you're finding this bit tricky, ask a grown-up or a big brother or sister to help you, and it'd be lovely to see that you've learnt about how light travels and why it's important for us and what our sources of light are. Thank you for listening, Year 3. I might have called you Year 6 earlier. I'm not sure. I look forward to seeing your investigation soon. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon.